Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. Like, share, notification bell. Go to the links below in the description area. So, Aries, how's it going? Did you get some good news about yourself and your emotions and your love? Did you work with the divas, crystals? If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch last month's or February's reading and then watch this one. So let's go ahead and read the horoscope for you, Aries. During the Venus-Saturn square on March 3rd, you may start to feel distance in some of your most important personal relationships. You might not be all that fun to be around now, which adds to your problems. You want things to change, but you might lack the motivation to actually do something about it. A Virgo full moon arrives on the 9th, balancing out some of the wilder fantasies you've been having thanks to the presence of the Pisces sun. It might be hard to come crashing back to reality so suddenly, but in the end you'll be glad you realized some things sooner than later. The sun enters your bold, fiery sign on March 19th. When you believe in yourself perhaps more than even your greatest fan. You do have many admirers, but you're too busy making sure you win the race to see who's running it alongside you. Handing you water and cheering you on to victory. Hint, don't overlook the people who are pulling for you. You'll need them someday. There's a new moon also in your spontaneous sign on the 24th, which could be the driving force behind you acting on some really iffy impulses. What will you gain by pretending like you don't have a care in the world? You love excitement, Aries, but don't pursue it at any cost. Tread lightly is what I'm getting on that one. Don't be your normal fiery, passionate self. You might get like if you know yourself better than anyone and you're honest with yourself, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You need to be a little cautious next month in March. Alright, present, your current situation, Aries, for March of 2020. Yeah, that was perfect. Nine of Pentacles. Look at you. Got your finances in order. Enjoying the nature. Spring's coming. Birds chirping. So on the last month's February reading, during February you've been working on your career or your worth, what you're worth, and how your finances and stuff. And now you've accomplished that. You've achieved it. You've gotten it. And you're there. So maybe that's why you possibly could get a horoscope about careful, because when Aries gets comfortable, he starts fires. Gets bored. So be careful there. Alright, keywords for Nine of Pentacles. We got discipline, self-reliance, refinement. So that's where you currently are. Influence, helpful or challenging energies for Aries in March of 2020. Four of Cups. So it's going to be challenging for you to just take it easy because you're Aries and you like You don't like being chill and calm and relaxed. You like things. You like parties. You like to have a good time. You like to go out and do stuff. You're not cool with the chilling and just sitting there. So, if you're in a state that has that's legal marijuana, you might want to smoke some weed and chill out, dude. I'm just joking, but that's the thing. So challenging is self-absorption. That's why Aries probably doesn't like chilling, because he gets absorbed in himself. Apathy, going within. So you need to get connected with the universe and the spiritual aspects of yourself and the universe, and that's the helpful part. The challenging part is you're an Aries, and you're like, that's not me. I don't do that. But you're gonna need to this month in March. So go and enjoy the weather. Enjoy the spring. If you got to do something, go walk in the park, ride a bike, go hiking, go swimming. Do outdoor activities that doesn't necessarily involve having to be in a social situation, because social situations are probably not going to be very beneficial next month, even though you got word or news about love possibly, and it seems like this is to just go ahead and go full throttle into it, full speed ahead, ramming speed. Your Aries ramming speed. No, don't. Okay, and nobody's gonna be offended. Nobody's gonna get hurt. You're not gonna lose out or miss out. And if it doesn't work out with whoever you're trying to spend time with, or got your attention, they're not really meant to be, because if they are, they'll still be there at the end of the month. They'll be there in April for your birthday and stuff. Okay? That's what you can learn, Aries. You like to test people. You like to take that extra mile if you can get it. So do this in a peaceful, calm way. And that's hard for you to understand, but I'm a Cancer. It's easy for me to understand. I do it all the fucking time. That's probably why it's like a love-hate relationship with Aries and Cancer. Love to hate me and you hate to love me. But that's just that ironic thing. We have compassion for each other. But Aries, the thing is that, like, what I'd like to do is like, is this person really meant to be in my life? Let me go take off for a while and see if they still want to hang out with me when I come back in a couple weeks or a month or whatever. And if not, then I'll move on. There's plenty of fucking people out there. Because, and this isn't long-term relationships like people you've known your entire life I'm talking about. No, this is those new people that came into your life that you might want to spend time with, or you have your attention. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. Or if you haven't seen them in a while and they came back, it's like and you're like really passionate about that, there's a reason you guys didn't hang out for a long time or haven't seen each other for a long time, okay? So to make this sure this is authentic and in tune with the universe, I suggest taking it easy. You can still communicate with the people. It's not like, yo, don't talk to them, be a complete hermit. No, the hermit didn't show up. This is just more of a, it's like it was last month for Cancer. It's me, not you kind of energy. I need to focus on me for a little bit and then and work on my issues that I have, because I don't want to hurt you, kind of thing. I'm liable to say something you don't like or whatever, and I need to learn how to control myself a little bit better. That's, just be honest about that, and then maybe that'll help you with your reassurance and stuff that things are going to be great. All right, past issues. The basis situation, Aries, in March of 2020. Four of Swords. So it's on your subconscious level to take that break, to take get a little more rest and to relax in March, okay? So it's your dream state too. It's telling you this too. Let's move on. Well, immediate past. What is behind you, Aries, in March of 2020? Three of Wands. So look, this reflects the transition from, I think it was the Six of Pentacles you got last month in your current situation. Let me double check. No, I was wrong. It was the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so the Eight of Pentacles last month in February, your current situation. Now you're the Nine of Pentacles. So that's like 8, 9. So you're like taking the necessary steps up the ladder. And so the Eight of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, in between you've got Three of Wands, right? So if you look at the card, he's put some wands into the ground, like markers, right? Like, all right, check mark, I got that done. Check mark, I got that done. I've got this next check mark I got to work on. Here's a boat to help me get there. You know, and he can afford to travel. He's got enough money to get there, right? So he didn't go empty-handed. And now you're a Nine of Pentacles, right? Birds flying, now they're on your hand. So that's how you're doing good. Maybe you've gone out and done some things to get you where you are, right? You've taken that initiative. It's just reinforcing what the Eight of Pentacles was for you last month. Crowning thoughts. Your thoughts regarding the situation in March, Aries, of 2020. Eight of Wands. So you've got all the elements here. You got Pentacles, and then you had Cups, and then you had Swords, and then you had Wands. And now you have, on your thoughts, Eight of Wands. This is... Okay, we'll see when the next cards come out, but this is going to get you in trouble right here. That's what I'm thinking. Because that Aries is... You're thinking with your horns and not your subconscious. You're like, full speed ahead, ramming speed. I'm in a great situation. I've been working hard. I want to take it easy, but I don't know how to take it easy in the sense that I need to take it easy. I want to take it easy like I want to go party, have a good time. I want to go travel, vacation. If you're going to go anywhere, make sure it's for like a seminar or something that's educational or develop a continuing process of developing your career or your future, right? Don't go out and freaking gamble or freaking do drugs and drink and party and be social. That's like on just to be social, like to waste time. Because Eight of Wands is quick action, conclusion, news, right? And the opposing card is the Four of Swords, which means not rushing in, preparing. And that's your subconscious. So your subconscious and your forefront of your consciousness are like, no, like you're conflicting. And like I said in Pisces reading, March is a confusing month for everyone. And it's especially confusing for you because you're like, I am the way I am, but something inside me is telling me to not necessarily be that way this month. And you're like, but I don't understand that. Does it make sense to me? Oh, you poor thing. It's like you're fighting with yourself, but not realizing you're fighting with yourself. It's like Luke Skywalker when he goes into the cave and he thinks he's fighting Darth Vader, and then he cuts the mask off and it's actually him. That's what you're going through. That's what you're going through, Aries. You're going through Are you gonna pass the test and become the hero, or are you gonna fail and become the dark side and become the villain? And you gonna realize you're fighting with yourself? Do you see yourself in others? Do you see others in yourself? Or are you going to let your ego win and ruin everything for you that you've been working on? And have a shitty birthday? I'm just giving you a fair warning. It's not my fault. You do you. And whatever happens to you because you did you, that's on you. Don't try to fucking do this libtard mind games of flipping it back on other people, Aries, like your freaking immature self does sometimes. Grow up. Face reality, face facts. Everything happens because of what you did, not what everyone else is doing. You know what I mean? Like, people are like, well, I'm a victim because this happened, right? Well, you could have made a different decision to where you weren't in that situation, which means you could have avoided the situation to where it didn't happen, so you weren't a victim. You still made the choice that got you there. Like, this is a very sensitive situation I'm going to talk about, okay? And it's kind of fucked up because I'm not justifying what happens to victims, right? It's fucked up, right? It shouldn't happen, right? You should be able to live life without having to like face something like that. But if you are wearing sexual clothes, let's say you're wearing a skirt that shows almost all of your legs and a little shirt that's tight, and you're a female and you're showing your belly and you got a cleavage and you're showing a lot of skin, and you decide to walk down a dark alley in a ghetto neighborhood, and you get raped, it's not fair to you, but it's not also fair that you could have maybe not walked down that fucking alley. Dumbass. You know what I mean? Like, you're both at fault. Whoever raped you is at fault and should go to prison, and you're at fault for being raped. Because you shouldn't have walked down that fucking alley. Dumbass. Like, there are two wrongs doesn't make it right. Well, I'm a victim. That doesn't make it right. That you can just use that as an excuse to say it's not my fault. No. It is as much as your fault as it is theirs. It takes two to tango. If you weren't there, that he wouldn't have raped you. I mean, the rapist should have been in prison to begin with, but like I said, it's like, that's how the universe works, okay? Yin and yang, okay? It's fucked up, I know. I'm not justifying it. I'm just telling you this is how it works, okay? If I'm like, hey, don't go down that alley, and you're like, I'm an Aries, I do what I want. I'll go down this alley if I want. Fuck you. And then I'm like, all right, laters. And then you call me, oh, I got raped. I told you not to go to that fucking alley. God, people are fucking, ugh. Anyways, sorry. All right, Aries, immediate future. What is about to happen in March of 2020? Three of Swords. Okay. Three of Swords is heartbreak, right? It also could be a good, like, Phoenix card, right? End of something that wasn't good for you and you didn't realize it. The birth of, for you to move on into where you're supposed to be, right? So that way you learn, hey, if I see a dark alley, I'm not going to fucking walk down that because I've been raped. I'm sorry, it's not funny, but it's... So upheaval in family situations, hope for the future is shown in this card. represented by clearing sky above the image, right? Three of Swords can represent separation between loved ones. This card can also appear for couples who are separated through distance, work, and so on, making them miserable, so it does not necessarily mean relationship split. Being very dramatic here, so it might not be as bad as I'm saying. These are all just examples, right? Metaphors I'm talking about. I hope you don't get raped. Fucking please, guys, don't all fucking putting yourself in an impossible situation that can happen. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't go to the fucking club in March. Just don't do it. Okay? Don't go out and have a good time like you usually do, Aries. March is not a good time to be doing that this year. Okay? You'll have another chance. You know what I mean? Life isn't about always constantly fucking having a good time. Like you were doing in February. Continue that progress. Continue that hard work you've been doing. Focus on you. And when I say focus on you, that doesn't mean go out and be social, because that's not focusing on you. That's the problem with Aries. They don't realize that going out and having a good time in the party and social waste of times, drinking, just to be, you know, I want to feel good. I want to feel like, because you have a hard time with the emotions and loving yourself sometimes, and you got to go get it from others. It gets you in bad situations. Okay. And if you're a mature Aries, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're immature, you're like stubborn, don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me for what I said. Don't hate the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. It's not my fault. I'm just trying to help you. Alright, Aries, your fears, emotional concerns regarding the situation in March of 2020. Don't want to shuffle. Try this again. Ten of Wands. That's why you want to have a good time, because you feel like you've been carrying these damn wands everywhere and doing all this work. When am I gonna? I don't want to do that forever. I don't want to be working like out my ass off, focusing on what I got to do all the time. I want to have a good time. Okay, but not in March. Do it after March. Okay. I don't know exactly when is the perfect time. There may never be a perfect time. There may be some good times to do it. Just March is not a time to be doing any of that. It's the time to be, and you don't have to necessarily work hard either, right? You don't have to work as hard as you have been either. It just means don't go putting yourself in those waste of time social events, because you're looking for people to give you love and attention that you have a hard time giving yourself. That's what it's about. It's about getting the feelings you get from those types of situations by yourself, doing it to yourself. Okay, learning how to do it for yourself. Emotionally. This isn't about working any of that. This is all about your emotions. And I'm probably the Page of Cups, because I'm water sign. I'm your Page of Cups from last month's reading. I'm giving you the news that you need to give yourself love. Don't go looking for love in social events and gatherings. Okay? Environmental factors. How others see you in March of 2020. Aries. Ace of Swords. Others see you as cutting into a new beginning. Being intelligent about it. Taking my advice and doing what I was telling you to do. So others see you as, achievement and having great intelligence and overcoming great adversity or overcoming emotional issues or whatever You know what I mean? That's how they're going to see you in March. If you're doing what I'm saying, they're going to see you as a great victory of self-improvement. Okay? I'm just double checking something here. So, over here in your fears, oh wait, no, this is 10 of Wands. So, over here in your fears, opposing card, it was the Four of Swords. You're relaxing, resting. Okay? Don't let your fears oppose what you need to do. Don't let your fears control you and overcome you. That's a good motivator for you, Aries, because when you hear fear, you're like, wow, you want to be brave, right? Well, take my advice and work on giving yourself love in March. Don't go looking for it in others. Your hopes, what you really wish for, Aries, in March of 2020. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is Libra. So you're hoping and wishing for a Libra type person, if it's a relationship you're looking for, or someone that doesn't put up with shit, that cuts the no nonsense out, that is logical. This also may be about how you hope and wish yourself to be, right? Your own improvement that you wish for, right? Queen of Swords, honest, astute, forthright, witty, experienced. You may be wishing for somebody like that, or you may be wishing and hoping you become like that. Outcome, answers to your questions, Aries, in March of 2020. And that was the first face card. That's the first sign, Libra. So, and that's a sign of, look, if you do the work on yourself, this is what's going to happen. You're going to find the right person in April, in your birthday. If it's that person that came back into your life that you haven't seen in a long time, and you don't ruin it, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get 2 cups. You're going to get a beautiful relationship. You're going to be happy. You're going to be like, I did the work. I worked on myself. You know, I got myself stable through February, and then March I worked on giving myself love and not looking for it in others. And then you become the balanced person that can handle a long-term relationship. Aries have a hard time with handling a long-term relationship when they're immature. Alright. Reader's fan, additional clues and guidance about the reading for Aries in March of 2020. Ace of Pentacles, new beginning of financial situation. So everything you've been putting yourself into is coming out. 2 of Pentacles, balancing the money with the rainbow. It's all working. Great things. Page of Pentacles, good news, came in. I mean, you got money coming up. What else we got? Ooh, 2 of Swords in reverse. Okay. So 2 of Swords in reverse. Let's see what the next card is. The World in reverse. Okay. So with the 2 of Swords in reverse is not seeing the 2 different possibilities that you're dealing with, and not realizing that there are 2 different ways to see this, intellectually, logically, thinking about it. And telling yourself that you need to trust your intuition and instincts and not be the immature self. You need to be mature. Page of Pentacles. News good things coming. A young earth sign. Let's go back to the Three of Swords here, double check. Oh, and I will have a part 2, of course, like I always do. So this is only part 1. Go to my channel and see for part 2, and watch to part 2 for more in-depth reading. But the Three of Swords, back on the immediate future. If the person you're trying to get with ends up, you end up making that mistake, but then going back and working on yourself for like maybe in the middle of the month, and then the last 2 weeks of the month you do what you need to do, you can still get that Two of Cups outcome. There's no conflicting cards on the board with the Three of Swords. Okay, so the Four of Cups is an opposing card to the Two of Cups outcome because it is your challenging and helpful energy. Four of Cups is self-absorbed, being alone. So when you work giving yourself love, don't be self-absorbed. Being alone in this is going to be challenging, right? So don't be self-absorbed, but being alone is going to be hard because you get, when you're being alone, Aries, you tend to be self-absorbed. So this isn't about loving yourself through your ego. This is about loving yourself